Well, it's all dark 30, and we're headed out to New Hampshire for some great waterfall pictures with a good friend of mine. And we're going to drive now an hour to go find my friend. So, get back to you in just a bit. All right, so here we are. We're on our way to the Kangamangas Highway. And my buddy Jim, he's driving. Poor guy. He got stuck with it. Well, actually, he likes driving, so. We have a number of waterfalls we're going to get. The cool thing about this is I'm going to be comparing my X-T5 and my GFX 50R. And, you know, they're apples and oranges, obviously, but I got to say, I'm kind of curious how close the X-T5 is going to get to the results of the GFX 50R. Who knows? Good flow. Nice. The Swift River is really running high. It's great. Jim, what do you think? We're gonna have we're gonna have some waterfalls that are really gonna be running. It's gonna be great.
Looks like we got some good flow today.
We got some really good flow today. Well, we're at our first location, Sabbaday Falls on the Kangamangas Highway. Jim's over here somewhere. Where is he? There he is. Yeah. So we're on our way in, and we're going to be comparing two cameras that I really like, the GFX 50R and the Fuji X-T5. The walk-in is only 0.3 miles, so it's not really bad at all. So as we made our way into Sabbaday Falls, you could really tell that there was some great water running and that the waterfalls were going to be absolutely fabulous. Can't wait to try these two cameras out on this stuff. Wow. Sabbaday Falls is one of the most dramatic here, Kangamangas Highway in New Hampshire. And there's a really, really cool stairway that goes down to it. Can't wait. Partially closed. Wow. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. I will say there's a lot of water flowing here, and it's well worth it, but you know, you gotta follow the rules. I guess you gotta follow the rules. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right here. Let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. This is about what it looks like, 35 millimeter. We're gonna try and get all this in focus in here, all these rocks in focus in the background as well. It's pretty noisy. So the first shot here was made with the GFX 50R, and I got to tell you, it's pretty neat. Well, this is the 50R image, and with the 45, and I got to tell you, I think it came out great. And we used a polarizer in it and a neutral density filter, and it came out great. So now we're going to try it with the X-T5. The lens that I'm going to be using is the 10-24. We're going to set it approximately at 35 and see what we get. This is the shot with the X-T5, and it came out great. Same parameters, you know, neutral density filter and a CPL. It worked out awesome. So Sabbaday is one of those falls. You got a double waterfall here. It's actually a triple. It goes around a corner. We just can't get down there because of the fact that they closed it off. But we're able to get up above it and get a great shot with the 7300 on the X-T5. It flows into a pool, then it flows down again, and then it turns a corner. It's a really unusual falls. We just can't show you all of it because of where we're located. So here's the shot taken with the X-T5 and the 7300. In 35 millimeter terms, it's about 136, somewhere in that range. So it's just about right. All right, you guys. New shot here. Lined it up with the X-T5. The 7300 got a great shot out of it. The only long lens I brought with me with the XT50, unfortunately, was, you're going to love this, the 90 f2.8 made by Leica. Beautiful quality, but it's a little short. Yeah, I needed the 135, and that still would have been a little short, unfortunately. But I can crop in a little bit because I got 50 megapixels to work with. So this is going to be looking great here. As you can see, we got some cropping to do. Hopefully the people get out of the way, but got some cropping to do. And I think it'll work out just fine. It'll look just like the other one, I hope. So as you can see, we're a little short here at about 70 millimeters, but it crops out fairly nice like this. Here we are at the lower end of Sabbaday Falls, and I think the shot I'm going to go for is going to be more like down here like this. Take out the background if I can. 50R with a 35 is going to be a little bit tough. We'll see what happens. Okay, we're going to take a shot down low with 50R and the 45 and see what we get. Got some water, so we're going to watch out for that too, some spray. Well, this actually worked out pretty good with the GFX 50R and the 45mm f2.8. And I used a polarizer to knock down the shine a little bit, and it came out great. So what I've done is I've used the XT5, and I've got the 10 to 24 on here. Took some shots around 23, which would be 35, 36, something like that. Well, this worked out pretty well too with the Fuji X-T5. I used a polarizer on this as well, but I didn't knock down the shine on the wall as best I could. So let's take a closer look at these two images side by side. I'm going to do this with all of them, all three of these images, and you're going to see quite a difference. So as you can see here, they look fairly normal. The one on the left may look a little bit sharper, but then when we blow them up, you're going to see a vast difference here. So let's blow them up and look at the difference. This is at 100%. And so if you ever thought that a 40 megapixel camera could come close to a 50 megapixel medium format camera or a Fuji medium format camera, you're sorely mistaken, because there's a huge difference here. Here we are, same two images, but the one on the right has been adjusted for sharpness in gigapixel AI sharpen. Now, the difference here is that I overdid it a little bit, and it could be toned down a little bit so it looks exactly like the 50R. But wait until you see this. Look at that. The one on the right's a little bit overdone, but I got to say, it's a pretty amazing transformation. And they look pretty darn close. I mean, look at it looks almost the same. Although the one on the right, like I said, is a little bit overdone. So here's the next set of images. The one on the left is the 50R with the Leica 90mm f2.8 lens, and as you can see, it doesn't take in as it doesn't get in as close as the one on the right, which is the XT5 with the 70-300. Now, I figured that I could probably crop this down and make it look very similar to the one on the right. So let me next show you the cropped image. These are approximately the same image, and the image on the left is the cropped image of the 50R with the 90mm lens, and the image on the right is the shot taken with the XT5 and the 70-300. They're approximately the same, but as you can see, when I blow these up, the image on the left is still sharper and better detail than the one on the right. So here are the two images of the lower half of Sabbaday Falls. And as you can see, the image on the left is the 50R 4x3 format. The one on the right is the XT5, and that has the 3x2 format. One of the images from before, I had cropped them to 4x3 to make them the same as the 50R. But anyway, in this one I didn't. You can see the image on the right is not as sharp as the image on the left, although it's not bad. But the 50R definitely is much better. This was a fun thing to do, comparing the 50R and the XT5. I gotta say they look pretty close. I I just know the 50R is going to have a better look to it. This was a lot of fun. And if you wouldn't mind, hey, subscribe to the channel. We can do more of this. We're going to get out there and shoot some more. And comment. Let me know what you think about this. And share and all that good stuff. And remember, it's not what you photograph, it's how you photograph it, and we'll catch it next time. That was an experience.
That was great.
Nobody here when we got here. And then all of a sudden it started getting a little bit crowded.
I know, I had never been here before, so it was a